So that's when that ambulance comes in, we're going to back them. So when we're loading that, it's a lot safer for us. If command determines that we have to shut it down, we're going to shut it down.
Let me ask you, so the other day we came from the opposite direction. Go past them, swing in.
So if where's the traffic coming on that's going to affect us here? I'm going to pull past the incident and angle in that away. Because I'm trying to protect this. This is an area we're trying to make safe. So if you're responding from this end, we're going to go 75 feet past, angle it, get your tailboard off just over that center line, put the cones out, coming back here, go to work.
So basically nose into the center lane, right?
You're just right there. If we're a foot over into that and we got cones out, we should be good.
But I'm saying the nose of the ambulance is ongoing traffic.
If it's out here, if it's out there and we need to have that out here, we're just going to shut traffic down. Because it's only going to take a few minutes.
But either way, loaded. The back door of the ambulance is angled in.
So we're
towards
responding
the
from that direction. The accident's on that side of the road. Do we just cross over and block that lane?
The accident's on that side?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I'd come past it. If the crash is over here, we're coming from this way. I'd go past this crash, then angle over to here, and block this part of the highway.
Yeah,
that's where we're working.
How often I did it when we pulled up there. We just went past it and did a block.
Yep.
So now let's grab some cones.
But you would go past it and back in to the opposite lane, wouldn't you, so that you're loading from the ditch?
So
with the ambulance.
With the ambulance? Well, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And the same thing. If I'm protecting, if the crash is on this side, I'm going to angle my rig. If I'm coming from this way, angle my rig across the highway this way. And I have to not taking the whole highway, just the other rig. And then the ambulance now then would park on this end. We're trying to get the ambulance past the crash scene.
and back in.
The other portion is where do we put private vehicles? We're going to put them past the crash scene. And we're going to try to get them all on one side of the roadway because we don't want people running across the highway to get hit. Up here, and this is where I've had some fun with my son on this one. If the highway patrol gets here in a prompt time, which never happens,
Not here.
we're going to spot them right in front of that rig, especially they'll park right in front of that rig. Their cameras are running. They're able to start that investigation from right there. We're not having them go anywhere else. They're spotting right there. If you have deputies, we're going to put deputies past this crash scene.
We have extrication with fire hazards. I mean, that's a pretty good way to have to tow tools and
75 feet.
fire line.
Yeah.
And the
So
dump line's 150.
you're probably carrying 150 foot of hose line. You'll get all your kinks out.
But you're going to have vehicles driving over your lines.
I would just right from here pull that cross lay off and just pull it down here, and you're going to have 75 feet come off. It's a triple fold with 150 foot. It's all off the bed. I charge it and we're ready to go. I still have an extra 75 feet to move around. Yeah.
Your tools are just a long way away too at that point.
Yeah. You guys are going to carry them. Yeah. But if something comes through and hits that rig, they're not going to push that rig all the way up to here.
They're moving real fast if they do.
Yeah.
They're real big.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, look where the tires are. If something hits that rig, where's that rig going to go to? It's going to go off away from here.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn about the rest of the people. They should have stayed home. We're worried about us.
Yeah.
And so if that rig gets hit, it's going to force that rig to go off to the side, off that way. Okay? So let's grab some more cones and we'll go the other way. All the way.
Give me a minute. I'm taking all
Who's
these.
driving the engine or the water tender? That's 4 cones there. Okay. And then we're going to take 3 cones. You're going to be the flag guy. And then stop sign. You want it taller. You want to feel taller.
Ooh.
Feel taller.
I'm not fixing
We have just teeny tiny ones.
Well, we talked about getting an
Okay,
extension.
We had some,
Okay.
but they're broke off.
okay, we're going this way. We're going this way first. So,
Can't think for yourself.
you can set those down for a minute. Can we move your pickup up? Move your pickup up here. He's gonna come in and spot that tender right in here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, found on road dead. Remember what to do with your phone? Right from here, right from just across the line, 10 steps, that away.
Across the room, like.
I'm playing football.
We would run short line that way. Do you do that? A short line. Short line of cones?
Yeah, we're gonna get that.
Okay.
We're going to that.
Okay.
As soon as he's done here. Okay, so now we have another safety zone in here for people, if more people are coming. So we've got this isolated. So now,
first rig in,
first rig in,
75 feet this side of the accident
Yep.
scene. Second one in, 75 feet
from that way.
behind the first one.
Yeah. Okay.
Deploy the cones
Ready and
forward.
on.
I'm ready.
Okay.
So that means you're 3 cones back.
Okay. So now you're coming to the back.
We don't know anything.
Kevin, you gotta start step counting from here.
Back to the back.
We're placing one cone right here.
Not that
one. Okay, now because we got traffic coming both ways here, now you come to the shoulder. You come all the way over to the shoulder, and then now take 10 steps. And then just goes on the shoulder. Now 10 more steps.
On the shoulder all the way down.
Yep, all the way down.
So assuming that there's no vehicles behind.
Yeah.
Okay. That's affirmative.
This is as you get.
So the cone along the shoulder just as a visual. Right. As a safe. We're going to reset them here in a minute.
Oh, gotcha.
No, we haven't gotten to the end. The ambulance comes from
So now, where's my flag guy? Right here. 10 steps. Just something that we make it noticeable for people. And then you're going to stop traffic.
Okay, right here.
Right here, right behind this.
So
the other thing we're worried about now is that you're standing here with that flag and you're getting traffic set up and you have a radio so you can let them know that we're stopping traffic. So now I want to know if somebody's coming hell-bent for election over the bridge and it's like they aren't seeing me. They might be. Montana has the highest DUI rate in the nation.
Oh, good.
Per capita.
You're good at something.
Yeah. So be aware of that. And so I want to have somewhere to go. Rather than throw this at the car, I'm looking to go in the pucker brush over here and just getting out of the way. Okay? And not trying to be a hero. Okay? So you get traffic stopped. So we can leave this sit here because we're doing this. Now, where'd he go? Okay, back here. So we come back to here now. stays on the shoulder.
Oh yeah, look at them all
So
lined
we
up.
go to
You really
this
see
one,
'em.
and we're gonna do
Put out a step.
so if my foot goes right on the white line.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
And I go 1 foot out. Okay? So now we go down to this one. I'm gonna do 2 arms. Yeah, jeez. Somebody read the notes.
You have small feet though.
And so
That's only 8 inches.
there you go.
And we're going to just continue on. That's
Yeah.
going to give us our.
So we're gonna get out here. Well, after this one, it'll get easier. Okay. Right onto this one. And now you're gonna be able to look back. And you remember that first cone?
Kind of, hopefully it's right now.
You can sight that between that cone and that cone and put that down. We're not talking rocket science here.
Yeah, we are.
No,
If I have a stupid question,
yeah.
when you put the cones down, why don't you set
Good,
them
Martin.
out like that? When you put
If you don't have people walking.
Because I'm worried about traffic.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to the shoulder and setting them up, and now I have traffic stop down here.
Okay. So
And now I can come back and I can put these in.
where you want them.
Yeah.
So that's the last one.
Oh no, we better straighten them up.
Not there were 6 of them, but there were 7.
Okay, so now look back at that. Even the slower people should be able to figure out where we want them to go
Yeah.
once we move.
I think
Okay.
some of them will say, how many
So-
cones can I get?
So this is when we tell them to proceed, they're going to go through, and we're getting this whole thing set up. So now we're going to go down to the other end. This is our pre-warning. We got the sign down there. We got this where we're starting that taper, upstream taper. This is upstream. That's downstream. So we get this taper in. So now we're going downstream, and we'll put that.
Cones are there?
We use 30. And we're using, we started carrying, because the one person has to carry 10 cones. Oh shit, watch that. One person can't carry 10 of these, those big ass cones you have. So we went with 18-inch cones.
Can we put up a sign that says "Old fireman ahead"?
I think they know that.
Old slow fireman ahead.
Get a grant for some cones.
You know, the town pump, that grant, there's that grant there. You can get cones, you can get lights, some of the warning lights for nighttime stuff. Okay, who's the traffic guy?
I have to leave, so we haven't talked a lot about
not done
nighttime
yet.
either
There you
versus
go.
daytime.
You get 3 cones too. Okay,
Menial
who's doing the
tasks.
termination?
Oh, the,
So now we're worried about traffic still, but we got that stop down there. So you're gonna take 10 steps.
Regular, it's not.
He'll be the glacier cricket.
oh, no. It's 5 steps for him.
5.
He's shortening his steps.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Now it gets complicated. Okay. We're gonna work with you through this stuff. 10 more steps.
And then go to the right.
Okay, now you're gonna split the highway in thirds. So I'm gonna come over here, the first third, now 10 more steps.
3, 4, 11, 12.
Now we're putting it in 2
See how he
thirds.
does under pressure.
You're gonna go over to here.
There you go.
Okay.
And then
shoulder. Yep. Okay. Now you're the flag guy. You're going to take 10 steps. Okay. Now we got to cross the highway. What did Mom say?
Look both ways.
Look both ways. So you look both ways and cross the highway. To the other side. You're like, okay.
You do the little
Now we're gonna-
triangle thing again.
Now we're going to do the triangle again. There, you stop traffic. You have somewhere to run to if you have to. You stop traffic. Now we would call command and tell command we have traffic control set up. Traffic is controlled on both ends. We've got traffic stopped. Okay? So what you would do is let command know, the other guy would let command know, and now you would talk with the upstream guy. You're the downstream. So you might say, I have 6 cars backed up. First one's going to be a red Ford pickup. Okay, and so we start letting them go through slowly. The last one's going to be a white Chevy 4-door. Okay, so he's watching for the red truck, and now he's watching for the white 4-door. White 4-door.
So you let them know the first one and the last one.
Yeah. Okay. So now, after that car gets there, then you stop. You stop after that white car goes through. And when that white car gets past him, then he's going to start, he'll let you know that he's sending a blue Chevy pickup and then a red electric vehicle coming through. And then so you're looking for that. And then so we can control this traffic as we're going through.
Here comes a car.
Now take a look back at how do we control this. This is our termination zone. This is where we're letting people, once they clear here, then they're off. They're off to the races. They can make up time. Okay?
Is that a green flag?
Yeah, you can give them
Checkered
the one.
flag, yeah. So question, so this is a nice straight road. Well, we don't have a lot of those. So when we're coming onto or off of a turn, lines in.
If I'm coming on a corner or a hill, see where that hill is?
Yep.
I wouldn't want to put that sign on this side of the hill. I'd want to go to the other side of the hill. If it was a curve, I'd want to put that sign before the curve to let people know.
So we adjust our flat or our stop sign, but the cones are what they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. We want to let them know, and hopefully they start slowing down. We're putting up a big pink sign. They should.
Should.
Yeah. Okay. Make sense?
Yep.
So the whole thing, if there's 2 people putting this up, probably takes about 7-8 minutes. If 4 people are setting it up, if somebody's doing it upstream, somebody's doing it downstream, we're probably looking at 4 or 5 minutes to get this set up. It's how far I can walk. And so you can see to where we have now, it gives them a pretty good idea of where they need to go, what we want them to do. And the quicker we can get this guy set up and that guy set up down there, we control traffic. And then letting them know where we want them to go.
So would you, if you're limited and one person may not want or can carry all those cones, so would you send them first? Or does that just take some cones and go? Or
I'd probably do the upstream stuff first.
you just
Maybe get somebody down here to get this traffic stopped.
Traffic so you can.
Yeah,
That's ideal.
yeah. And it's going to vary on what your conditions are, but this ideally it makes sense.
yeah.
So on radio discipline, we were on the Maroon channel. Larry and I did it. And we had Chris Achenbach was on Maroon at the accident scene. I find that incredibly helpful because Larry and I could talk, but if we had to communicate or they had to communicate with us, is that a standard thing?
Yeah.
You want somebody on scene to
And
be
the
on
other
that
thing
channel?
is Gold is another channel. It's a state mutual aid call or channel that even the cops are supposed to. And I asked my kid, "You guys running Gold?" I don't know.
That means no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they used to the DOT, like the people that work on the highway, they monitor gold.
Gold. Everybody, and that's a statewide channel. Now let's look at where we're going to put rigs. If a wrecker comes, you have a wrecker that comes on a.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if the record
They're
comes,
a rotation basis.
if the record comes, I'm telling the record to come all the way down to the end of the termination zone and just pull off to the side of the road and wait. And we'll get to you. The thing is that if that record comes in and we can get them here, and we're not done with the extrication and patient care yet. When they're ready, we'll leave this stuff set up. We'll leave this stuff set up and wait for them, because it's pretty dangerous for the record drivers to be out here. I know that they have an obligation, a code, and I'm trying to get changed, that they have to set up their sign, which doesn't make any sense at all to me. If we have this set up, why they have to put up their signs? Because we would have another sign down here, 2/10 of a mile down the road to let people know. Because now when they pick up their tow, then they got to drive down here, pick up their sign, turn around, go back, pick up that sign, and then leave. It just seems ludicrous.
See, I was doing them a favor by picking it up.
You were. You
We
were.
picked up some of their signs on Tuesday.
Stole the record sign.
Yeah.
They blamed us. So.
Yeah. So the wrecker would come in here, park in here. If there was deputies, they could park up here or whatever they want to do.
POV, could they be in?
Yeah, and so if I have more POVs come here, I'm going to grab 4 more cones. I'm going to move these out, and then I'm going to go and move it down, move the flagger down. We'll just take up more space.
Yeah.
But it's a lot safer if we can get them on this side of the road rather than both sides of the highway.
So I know the high school doesn't, I always say you shouldn't park on the wrong side of the highway. You know, like if you're headed this way, you should not park on this side facing that way, because impaired drivers, especially at night, they think they're in the wrong lane, and then they go and they take you out in the ditch. But
I think the ditch is a good place for them to be.
yeah,
But we're trying to protect.
Yeah.
We're trying to protect that. One of the things I've talked to my son about, and it's been a lot better in trying to get other highway patrolmen to do it, is if this is set up and one's doing the investigation, the other guy just comes down here and spots down here, and if somebody blows through here too fast, then they're going after them, and that's a $535 ticket. That's a bonus. That's all. So it's that move over thing, and we should be moving over.
they are starting to advertise that a lot.
Yeah.
Which most people should have known it, you'd think.
Yeah, but they haven't. Even if anybody's stopped on the highway, slow down and pull over and let them.
Texas has had that for
Somebody opens up their door. There was a guy killed out of Bozeman. Got out to change the tire. He had his wife and 3 kids in the car. He got out to change the tire, and a car came by, clipped him, and killed him. That's not good looking in front of your family. Okay, so does this make sense?
Yep.
Okay, ambulance. We'll load from the ditch side. I'm not advocating that we load from down in the borrow pit. I just want them, when we're loading that patient, that we're protecting the crash. The crash is here, the 2 engines up there, and we're going to load from here. So we don't have this to where somebody steps back and they're out in traffic. Okay?
And if you got enough people, just post you a lookout.
Yeah, if you had a safety guy, somebody that was just overseeing the whole thing of what we're looking at doing. Okay? So let's recap it. First engine comes in, what are they doing?
75 feet short.
75 feet, cranking their wheels out, dropping 4 cones, going to work. Okay? Second rig comes in, 75 feet back from that. They're dropping 4 cones towards the crash scene, 10 steps apart, and then they're going to grab more cones and set up that terminate or the approach.
So what happens if, for some reason, like the tender was the first one out, would they go past the scene and pull in here then?
Guys have
Someone's stealing your truck.
I like the idea of that water tender there,
Because it's so
to help
heavy.
protect, because if something hits that, you're going to get a new tender. It only takes 3 years, I think, for the insurance to come through. But it's going to protect us. It'll save us. And if something's going to hit that water tender and move it up, and so that it takes out your engine too, they were doing pretty good speed.
No, I just think if the tender showed up first.
If the tender showed up first, you could position them. I'd still want them back there.
Just gotta slow down, let the engine come around.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the engine missed the turn.
Yeah, or it wouldn't start, or
So you would want the So you want the engine.
I guarantee you
For
though
the
that
gear,
The
yeah.
opposite way of the axle.
if the engine will probably pass it if it's more than a mile away from the fire hall, it's gonna get sacked.
No, if that first rig's coming this way, he's coming here. I'm going to spot that rig right where it is right now, only it's going to be facing that away.
Just nose in instead of...
Nosing in and checking the tailboard to make sure we could even move that rig out a little bit more so that it was on the
Probably a good idea to turn
tail
the
end.
line.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn the headlights on.
Turn the headlights off.
So that's the job of the flaggers, to look back at that incident once in a while, because a lot of rigs now have those LED lights that are just
Blinding.
oh, you can't see. It was another thing that talking with, I do a class. I go back to Law Enforcement Academy and do this class at the Law Enforcement Academy, and talking to them about when they're pulling off the side of the road and they angle like this and they're doing a traffic stop, and we're approaching this way. They got their front lights on that are bright, bouncing back and forth. They got their headlights on bright, and they're on wig-wag. As I'm approaching this way, I can't see them, and they get pissed off, and it's like, no, turn your lights down. I can't. Nobody can see, especially in the dark nights. So
In their dark
that person
uniforms,
is
yeah.
going to look back at the crash scene and say, "Hey,
It's like a bug light; it just pulls you in.
we need to turn the lights down, turn the top lights off on the engine, because it's blinding. I can see it from up here." The person on the other end looking down, and because sometimes on the back they have the bright lights, turn those off. Trying to make that happen, because it's just people can't see, and we tried at nighttime having somebody walking away from that, and when can I actually see them? It takes a long time before you can actually see something, because those lights, they're hidden in the lights. Just
What
being
about your
aware.
flagmen? I think should they be illuminated in any ways, or any
Yeah,
kind of light?
yeah, and so what we're doing that we've looked at carrying down, it's an easy light to carry.
That's a whole nother class just to figure out how to run that thing.
Yeah. And so, and then these lock off, and then we can turn it on.
And then did you cast that down on the...
Yeah, trying to force that down so that it illuminates.
So that they can see me?
Yeah, so I might put it, if I'm doing the flagging, I would put that on the other side of the road, and then so when that's shining down, it's not hindering my
So
view.
you'd have it over there.
Yeah,
And
it'd
it
be in the
catches
dip,
your reflective.
and then it shows up. I show up a lot better. Yeah, battery in the bottom there.
So sometimes we end up parking a brush truck or something by the guy that's doing the flagging,
Yeah.
and then put the lights up on it. But is that good or bad? Or?
I would think there's Harbor Freight has, Lowe's has a different light you can get that just sits on the side down on the ground and shines up and illuminates. I don't want it hindering my view, but I just want to be illuminated. So setting the light off to the side. The other thing is these. Seen these lights?
Yeah. Those clip on your...
And so, yeah, they would just clip onto here and just illuminate. It shines up there.
a bicyclist.
Yeah. But it's bright light. But we're not supposed to use blue, so I can't get the blue. Gotta have my kid buy the blue for me. Because that's what people, if you're driving on the highway and you see a red light, yeah, you just kind of slow down. But if you see a blue light, what do?
Slam
Lock
on
up the brakes.
Yellow, you see
Throw your beer out the window.
And then,
Well, chug first.
You just chug it.
Chug it and get a piece of gum.
this is another light that, oh shit, it's dead. No, it's not.
Boy.
Is that light I can set off to the side that shines up. Makes that so, and at nighttime it illuminates also. It's an easy light to carry.
It's strong. I'm seeing spots.
Yeah, sorry. Then all different types of lights we can use. These,
I think we did we have
Road
some?
puck.
I have a set of those, yeah. But I don't
We
know.
have some red ones of those for signaling the helicopter.
yeah, and so and these work. Just even hang on the
Oh,
side.
nice. Yeah.
They just hang on there, or if it's at nighttime.
Play hockey.